Question 10 is on completing the square. Okay, that's the concept this question is asking. Okay, so express the equations y equals to 2x squared minus 3x plus 9 and y equals to minus 2x squared minus 3x plus 27 over 4 in the form of y equals to a bracket x plus b bracket square plus c. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here is I'm just going to do the completing the square. So y is equals to 2x squared minus 3x plus 9. So first thing first, you need to take out the 2, okay? So that is always the first step that you must do, okay? You take out the coefficient of x squared out, factor it out. So this gives us 2 bracket x squared minus 3 over 2x, okay? So I'm going to take out the 2 only for the first 2 terms, and I'm just going to leave the constant 9 outside, okay? So some students actually take out 2 for the first and the second and the third terms. Or that's okay. It's your preference. So here I'm just going to take out 2 from the first 2 terms, and I'm going to leave the last, which is the constant, untouched. In this case, I'm going to leave the 9 untouched over here. So this is actually equals to 2 square bracket x minus 3 over 4, okay, bracket square, and then I'm going to minus the 3 over 4, right? I'm going to minus the 3 over 4 whole thing square to compensate, okay? And then I'm going to add the 9 back. So yep, and this is actually equals to 2 bracket x minus 3 over 4 whole thing square minus 9 over 8, right? And then plus 9. So this gives us 2 bracket x minus 3 over 4 bracket whole thing square. And this gives us, let me do the evaluation, it will be plus 63 over 8. Okay, so from here we can deduce that the minimum point, because as you can see this is a smiley curve, right? Because the coefficient of x squared is positive. So this is a smiley curve. So for smiley curve, we are talking about minimum point. So the minimum point based on this expression over here. So what makes x minus 3 over 4 0? Okay, x equals to 3 over 4. So the x coordinate of the minimum point is 3 over 4. And finally, we can look at this constant here. That will be the y coordinate of the minimum point, 63 over 8. Okay, so we are done with the completing the square for this equation, and we have found the minimum point. So next, we are going to do the same thing. We are going to complete the square for this equation, and because over here the coefficient of x squared is negative, right? So then this will be a frowny curve. For a frowny curve, we are looking at the maximum point over here. Okay, so let's complete the square for this y equals to minus 2x squared minus 3x plus 27 over 4. So what we're going to do again, as what I've mentioned earlier, is to take out the minus 2 out, which is the coefficient of x squared. So this is the first step that you must always do. So I'm going to take out minus 2 out, and will be bracket x squared plus 3 over 2 x, and same thing as before, I'm going to leave the constant untouched, and so I'm going to complete the square now. So this will be equals to minus 2. Not going to do anything to the minus 2, so I'm going to complete the square over here. So this will be bracket x plus 3 over 4, right, whole thing square, and then I'm going to compensate it by subtracting 3 over 4 whole thing square, and again 27 over 4 is untouched, so this will be equals to let's bring the minus 2 in right now. Minus 2, let's see, minus 2 bracket x plus 3 over 4 bracket whole thing square plus 9 over 8 plus 27 over 4, Right, so this is actually equals to minus 2 bracket x plus 3 over 4 bracket whole thing square plus 9 over 8 plus 27 over 4. This is actually equals to, let me calculate it, 63 over 8. Okay, so here, like I said earlier, we are looking at the frowny curve because the coefficient of x squared is a negative. So then we are looking at the maximum point. So the max point is actually what makes this x plus 3 over 4 0 when x is minus 3 over 4. And what is the y coordinate of the maximum point? Right here, 63 over 8. And we are done with 10 part I. Okay, so for 10 part II, the question asks us to explain whether these two curves over here, will they intersect each other? So actually, they wouldn't intersect each other. The curves will not intersect each other. Okay, so let's understand this. So we have, let's sketch this curve out. Okay, so this curve is actually a smiley curve. Okay, so this is actually a smiley curve, and you can see that the minimum point is 3 over 4 and 63 over 8. Right, and let's sketch this curve out. This curve over here is a frowny curve, and this is the maximum point. So which means that, let's draw a horizontal dotted line over here so that you all can visualize, and this is for clarity. So then we have the frowny curve over here, right? And this is the maximum point given by minus 3 over 4 and 63 over 8. So very clearly, I am correct that the curves will not intersect each other, because as you can see, the maximum point of this curve and the minimum point of this curve, they both share the same y coordinate. That's why I draw this horizontal dotted line. But the thing is, these two curves, although they share the same y coordinate, which is 63 over 8, they will not intersect each other because the x coordinates of the maximum point of this curve over here and the minimum point of this curve over here, okay, the x coordinates are different. Here is minus 3 over 4. That's why the curve is to the left. Here is 3 over 4. That's why the curve is to the right. So that's why they wouldn't intersect one another based on the sketch of this curve. Okay, so that sums up this question on question 10. So based on the graph over here, you can see that both graphs will not intersect each other. Okay.